They say revenge is a dish best served cold, but sometimes it's served with a $50,000 bill and a criminal investigation. My name is Marcus, and this is True Justice. Today's story is about a man we'll call Jake, a good tenant, paid his rent on time, never caused problems, the perfect tenant. But his landlord made the worst mistake of his life. Let's dive in. Jake had been renting a small 2-bedroom house in a quiet neighborhood for almost 3 years. The rent was reasonable. The location was perfect for his work commute. And for the first year, everything was fine. But then things started to fall apart, literally. It started small. A leaky faucet in the bathroom. Jake reported it to his landlord, Stephen, through text and email. No response. 2 weeks later, the kitchen sink started backing up. Black water. Awful smell. Jake called Stephen directly this time. Stephen's response? I'll get to it when I get to it. 1 month passed. Then 2. The problems kept piling up. The heater stopped working in the middle of winter. Jake had to buy space heaters just to keep warm. The ceiling in the bedroom started to develop water stains, a clear sign of a roof leak. And through it all, Stephen ignored every call, every text, every email. But Jake was keeping records of everything. After 6 months of being ignored, Jake decided enough was enough. He started doing research, deep research. He discovered something interesting. In his state, landlords are legally required to maintain rental properties to specific health and safety standards. No working heat, violation. Plumbing issues causing unsanitary conditions, violation. Roof leaks that could cause mold, major violation. But Jake didn't stop there. He started documenting everything with military precision. Photographs, time-stamped, from every angle. Videos showing the black water backing up from the sink. Temperature readings from inside the house during winter nights, some as low as 45 degrees. He printed out every text message, every email, every voicemail he'd left for Stephen. 6 months of evidence, all organized in a thick binder. Then Jake made the call, not to Stephen, to the city's Housing Code Enforcement Office. He explained the situation calmly and professionally. He had documentation, he had proof, and he wanted an official inspection. The inspector arrived 3 days later, and what she found was worse than Jake even realized. The roof leak had caused extensive mold growth inside the walls, a serious health hazard. The electrical system was outdated and violated current building codes, multiple fire hazards. The plumbing issues stemmed from corroded pipes that hadn't been replaced in over 40 years. The inspector's report? 17 separate code violations. 17. Stephen received the official notice by certified mail. He had 30 days to fix every violation or face daily fines of $500 per violation. Do the math. That's $8,500 per day if he did nothing. Suddenly, Stephen's phone started ringing. Jake's phone specifically, the same number Stephen had ignored for 6 months. Jake, we need to talk. This inspection, this is all a misunderstanding. Jake's response was calm, professional. I tried to talk to you for 6 months, Stephen. You weren't interested. But Jake wasn't done. Not even close. He started digging into Stephen's other properties. Because guys like Stephen, they usually have a pattern. And Jake was right. Stephen owned 4 other rental properties in the city. Jake found the addresses through public property records. Then he did something brilliant. He created a simple flyer, professional, informative. The flyer explained tenant rights. It listed common code violations, and it included the phone number for the city's Housing Code Enforcement Office. Jake personally delivered these flyers to every single tenant in Stephen's other properties. Within 2 weeks, 3 more official inspections are requested. 3 more properties with multiple violations. Stephen was drowning. The repairs to Jake's property alone cost over $35,000. Emergency mold remediation, roof replacement, complete electrical upgrades, new plumbing. The other properties? Another $40,000 combined. But wait, there's more. Because Stephen missed the 30-day deadline on 2 of the properties, the city started issuing daily fines. $500 per violation, per day, per property. The fines accumulated for 18 days before Stephen could get emergency repairs completed. That's over $15,000 in fines alone. Total damage to Stephen? Over $90,000. But here's where it gets even better. Jake had been withholding his rent payments into an escrow account. Completely legal when a landlord fails to maintain habitable conditions. 6 months of rent, over $7,000. When Stephen tried to evict him for non-payment, Jake showed up to housing court with his binder, all the evidence, all the documentation. The judge took one look at the case and ruled in Jake's favor. No back rent owed, and Stephen was ordered to pay Jake's legal fees and 3 months of rent as compensation for the uninhabitable conditions. This is what true justice looks like. Not violence, not chaos, just patience, documentation, and knowing your rights. Stephen thought he had all the power because he owned the property. But power without responsibility always catches up to you. The lesson here is simple. If someone wrongs you, don't get emotional. Get strategic. Document everything. Know your rights. And when the time is right, strike with precision. If this story gave you that sweet taste of justice, hit that subscribe button. We bring you a new revenge story every single day. Drop a comment below. Have you ever dealt with a nightmare landlord? What did you do about it? And if you want more stories like this, check out the playlist in the description. I'm Marcus, and remember, karma doesn't forget, and neither do we. This is true justice.